clients request our presence. See, location advantage is huge for this company. They are placed in Connecticut, which I think top 15 manufacturers, OEMs are present there. This is also quite close to the medical hub, which is the Massachusetts, right? And this company has 60% of the business coming from industrial and about 35% coming from medical. So these are two focus areas for us, right? So there are plenty of opportunities to cross-sell, as well as bring in some of their offerings to our current existing clients as well.
Right. Sorry, sir, I'm not sure whether we caught you, but can you help us understand when will this turn revenue accretive? Will we see the impact of this acquisition on your earnings from the next quarter onward? And also what I want to understand is a timeline for complete integration, because until then, until that happens, things could be a little up and down, at least internally for the company.
Yeah, so we have closed the transaction on 4th of October. So this is going to show the impact right in from this current quarter itself. There were a couple of approvals we required in terms of the CFIUS, which is the the Committee for the Foreign Investments in the United States. We've already obtained that. So this deal is closed. So we will see accretion right from the word go. Of course, in the first quarter there will be one-off M&A costs in terms of the transaction related fees. Keeping that aside, it is an accretive deal to us right from the word go. Integration will pan around about 6 to 8 months. I think we have a very robust integration plan that we have put in place. Yes, so for this financial year, let's put it this way, that we will settle down on this acquisition. And from the next financial year, we can start seeing the full benefits of it.
So what does it do to your blended margins? How much improvement can we expect on your margins for Cyient DLM post this merger?
It will be marginally accretive. Yeah, it will be marginally accretive. We are also operating around the similar number in terms of the EBITDA. We are around 9.5% right now. This acquisition is around 10 to 10.5%. So it will be moderately accretive, but not in a substantial way, because their financial footprint is very similar to what we have in terms of margins and the profits.
Are there more acquisitions on the anvil? Can you just give us a sense of, any inorganic growth plans going ahead, Mr. Kulkarni, or are you hunting for more opportunities like this?
Absolutely. I think inorganic, activity continues to be a very key part of our strategy in terms of expansion and footprint. Right now, there is nothing in the horizon that can close immediately. So we are, but in early stages of conversations with a few companies.
Shrinivas, your top line growth has been in the range of 15–16%. At least that's what we've seen so far. Now, with this acquisition and more around the corner, and of course, the completion of this over the next 6 months, what is the sort of growth that you're gunning for in terms of top line?
I think this accretion, this acquisition will add further growth on top of the existing organic growth we see. Just one correction there. I think our year-on-year growth has been around 30% actually on the top line. So this will be on top of that number.
So 30% plus how much? How much more would you grow at in that sense?
So I mean, last year we did a revenue of about 143 million, and this acquisition on an annualized basis adds is about 40 million. So we can do the math. So.
Any sort of risk associated with this acquisition in your mind, Shrinivas?
The usual business risks of a supply chain disruption due to some global event. There are always risks with respect to not being able to scale to the demand that we see in the market today, right? But barring that, there is nothing unusual or a specific risk for this entity.
I know you can't talk about your Q2 numbers, of course. We are in that period before you declare your numbers. But just to get a sense, Mr. Shrinivas, whether this has been a good quarter, what is kind of the visibility for H1 looking like?
Look, I think we are in a quiet period, so I'd really not say anything. I think it's overall, I'll say broadly that the tailwinds continue in this industry, and we are quite confident of our growth and outlook.
Shrinivas, just talking about more broader sort of aspect, and I know this is going beyond earnings, any sort of significant conversations that are underway? I mean, your order book is something that we will watch out and talk about in more detail when you report numbers. But any sort of big deals that we can expect that you're in conversation with that could, culminate over the next few months?
Yeah, I think there are several large deals in the pipeline with our existing clients, and we are very hopeful of converting a few of those quite quickly. And we will announce them as and when they get closed. a lot of these projects and the deals will be of long term in nature, right? They'll all span over 10, 15 years. So we might not see an immediate jump in the order book, because order book is a more tangible number based on the purchase orders we get. But the wins would be there, and that augurs well for the long term outlook of the company.
All right, thank you so much for speaking with us. That's the management of Cyient DLM speaking exclusively to NDTV Profit. Big acquisition there on the anvil, and of course they're talking about how this will become revenue accretive. It's already been signed on, so those benefits start flowing pretty much from this quarter.